Welcome back to Quantum University. In this video, we'll guide you through the process of mounting the fin, a crucial step for ensuring the optimal performance of the stabilizer system. As we start the fin installation, we will reference our Installation Supervision Visit Report fin, which will serve as a critical guide to be followed throughout the fin installation process. Use all 3 chain folds to raise the fin into position before you start to slide the fin onto the shaft. Be sure to apply a thin layer of hydraulic oil or WD-40 to both the shaft surface and the fin cone surface. Slide the fin to the top of the shaft while paying close attention to the shaft clearance, especially when you get to the XT O-rings. It is extremely important to not touch the XT O-ring surfaces or the O-rings themselves. Stop maneuvering the fin once you reach the top of the shaft and secure the fin in place with the lifting equipment. Apply anti-seize lubricant or equivalent onto the threads of both ends of the connection rod and on the threads of the central nut to prevent galling. By hand, and in this exact order, install the following elements onto the shaft. The connection rod. Rotate it until the rod stops at the shoulder. The pressure plate. Be sure that the pressure plate is completely centered on the connection rod. It must not rest on the connection rod's shoulder. This is critical. The pressure ring, the Nordlock lock washers, and the central nut. With the central nut installed and securing the fin on the shaft, we can now set the fin angle to our desired position. We will do this by tightening or releasing the necessary chain folds. Once the fin is in position and secured, check again to make sure the whole unit is still in the centered position. Install the quantum-supplied hand pump hose to the test ports on the side of the fin. Use a generous amount of anti-seize compound on the tensioning bolts and thread into the pressure ring. You are now ready to perform the tensioning bolt torque sequence described in the next 4 steps. Here is the bolt torque sequence. When tightening the tensioning bolts, use a diagonal crossover pattern to the initial torque setting, in this case 200 Newton meters. Always use your Installation Supervision Visit Report fin report for reference and record keeping. Now, measure and document your location and measurement of the initial fin to hull gap. Continue tightening the tensioning bolts using a diagonal crossover pattern to the specified torque setting for the system. Again, remember to use your Installation Supervision Visit Report fin for reference and record keeping. After each round of tightening, use the hand pump to ensure a pressure of 600 bar or 8,700 psi between the fin bushing and the shaft. This pressure expands the fin cone, allowing the tensioning bolts to pull the fin further up the shaft. In most cases, you will hear a click or bang. After the fin has moved up the shaft, repositioning of the lifting apparatus might be necessary to keep the fin at the correct angle. Repeat this process until the recorded fin to hull gap measurement has decreased by the proper interval, referenced by your Installation Supervision Visit Report fin. The location of the fin on the shaft is critical for the XT hydraulic ports to align with those of the shaft. This is extremely important. If the ports do not match between both components, the XT foil will not function properly.